Good morning. This is Hammersmith Chess Club, Junior Hour, or better, Junior Hour in 5 minutes or so. This video is the summary of a Junior Hour session we had in October 2019. It shows the highlights of the famous opera game, played in 1858. As the name suggests, it was played in the Paris Opera during a performance of The Barber of Seville, between Paul Morphy as White and the Duke of Brunswick and the Count Isoire. Paul Morphy from the United States was considered the strongest player in the world in the 5 years from 1858 when traveling Europe until his early death, 5 years later. Now to the famous opera game. Filigree defense was popular at that time. Bishop g4 was preferred in the middle of the 19th century, better as e takes d4. Or the next white moves, like bishop c4, do not just develop the pieces, but also keep up the initiative by specific threats. Here it is, queen f7 mate. Knight f6 defense against queen f7, but queen f6 would actually have been better. Now queen b3 repeats the threat of mate, bishop f7 and queen e6, but also adds another attack on the pawn b7. Queen e7 defends f7. b7 was not defendable anymore. Morphy decided for knight c3. There was no harm actually in either taking on f7 first and then on b7 or on b7 directly, immediately, but White was not content with just some material up in the endgame after exchanging queens. So he went for an all-out attack and developed another minor piece, knight c3. c6 is directed against further approaches of White by either the bishop or the knight. Bishop g5 develops the last minor piece of White and simultaneously pins the black knight on f6. Now b5 is the ultimate mistake. Black's idea is to push the attacking bishop away from the dangerous diagonal, but its queen side is too open now. Here we see one of the most famous positions in chess history. And White's move, the only move to win actually, is knight takes b5. C takes b. Indeed, queen b4 check would have been better, but would have lost anyhow because of material differences. C takes b, bishop takes b5 with check. Knight has to go in between, and now long castling brings not only the d file into dominance by White, but also brings the king into safety from a check on b4 with the exchange of queens. The knight is defended by rook d8, and now White sacrifices the rook on d7. Indeed, if White would have taken with the bishop on d7, that looks dangerous. Check on b8. White takes the pawn on e5 with check. But now black is a piece up. Okay, is 2 pawns down, has a not so nice structure, but the engines actually evaluate this position as balanced. So Paul Morphy correctly sacrificed the exchange on d7. Of course, the queen cannot retake because of bishop takes the queen, and the knight cannot take on d7 because of the other bishop takes the queen. Black had to take with the rook. And now white does not simplify the situation by just taking back the exchange, but he continued the pressure on the d-file. There was another rook, and indeed that is the rook which will deliver the final blow a little later. Queen a6 tries to untangle the position to unpin the knight, but it's too late now. Now white takes on d7 with the bishop, black has to retake with the knight, and now comes a queen sacrifice, b8 check. Black has to take with the knight, and the final blow, mate with rook d8, and indeed with just two remaining pieces of white. Beautiful.